this helps, or if you needed to hear it, or if I needed to say it, or if I should even send you this. But I'm going to at least make the video, and then I'm going to pray about it some more, and then we'll see if I send it to you. You were having trouble and confusion the other day on the phone because you couldn't understand why your decisions affected me so much when we were younger. And it was because of my autistic brain and how it only believes like one or the other. And I had to figure out what it was too. But what threw off my brain was your heart. Because in my mind, I knew the Bible verse, if you know the good you ought to do and you don't do it, it's a sin. So obviously, if you knew what you were doing was wrong and you did it anyway, you were sinning. And so the fact that you were okay with it and that you knew it was wrong but you didn't care because you knew God would forgive you, that made me feel like you were betraying God's grace, and that you didn't care. You cared more about what you wanted and your desires, and you knew that God would love you and have mercy, and so you allowed yourself to sin. And I, at that time, I didn't even know that was an option that we could do. Like, I literally thought that was impossible. It shattered my mental reality, my base understanding of how the world worked. I was like, I didn't know Christians, and that's why I got so upset with you at the time. Because, like, you shook the core of what I believed Christianity was. That we don't take advantage of grace. And you were so adamant that God would forgive you and it would be okay. I believed you. And I experimented with that in my own way. Because I didn't understand. I was so confused. I was so confused all the time growing up. So confused. I never felt like everything I learned, everyone was going against what they were saying, like what the Bible was saying, but they were all saying it was okay. But then when I did it, everyone said it wasn't okay, and it was no longer okay. And I had to be stronger, and I had to be better. And they all thought I was strong, and I was just so confused. And it was because I didn't understand hypocrisy. I didn't understand lying to yourself. I didn't understand, I don't want to say I didn't understand lust, I guess. Sinful desires. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I don't know. And so I tried it myself because I was afraid and lonely and I didn't know what else to do. And I should have believed God and I should have trusted God. But that's where I failed. Is I followed people in my confusion, in the middle of the storm, when I was confused and I didn't know where to look and I didn't know what to focus on. Instead of going back to the Bible, instead of focusing on the truth and on the firm foundation, I focused on my fear. And then I focused on people and how they taught me to handle my fear. And I made the wrong choice. And that's why it was so hard for me. And I know you didn't understand that about me because I was so confused I didn't even know how to verbalize my confusion. But I was so confused all the time. I'm not confused anymore because now I read the Bible and now I get it. But I felt like I didn't quite communicate my confusion to you. And that's why, like, yesterday when we were on the phone, and I was like, you still haven't even admitted you were wrong. Because you already knew the sin that you did and you didn't care. You had already chosen to sin. And you were okay with it, so you never repented. Because you knew he would forgive. But not repenting is the sin. And that's what I was trying to communicate yesterday and failing horribly. And I'm not trying to attack you in this video because I was just trying to clear it up. And that's why I wasn't sure if I should send it to you, because I didn't want you to feel attacked and I didn't want you to feel like I was rehashing old things. I just felt like I understand confusion and I understand feeling like something isn't quite settled yet because you don't quite understand it. And I didn't know if you were still feeling confused about that and I should share this to help like deepen your understanding of my confusion back then, or if you would feel attacked by it and feel like I'm dredging up the past and judging you, which I'm not, because we were both young, we were both confused. Like, I was just trying to bring a little clarity to the confusion so that we don't have to think about it or dredge it up anymore. And when Satan does throw the thoughts in our head to tempt us, we have all the answers, we have all the truth, and we can deny every lie that he has and say, no, this is the truth. Shut up and go away. But I love you. I really do want to have you in my life again. And I don't want either of us to have to worry